Texas Governor Rick Perry is live from Davos with us, where he's been invited to participate in panel discussions on illegal drugs and health care policy later this week. Governor, good morning. Good to have you with us.
Good morning. It's good to be with you. It's a beautiful place over here in Davos.
I was going to say, what is a nice Texan like you doing among the Swiss?
Well, a good invitation for one thing that was hard to turn down, to come and talk about some issues that are important to the global community. Obviously, the impact of legalizing drugs, and which I may be one of the only people on that panel tomorrow that does not think that's a good idea. And obviously the health care debate that's going on in the United States. And then there's a third panel that I'll be involved with, the next state. Now, what that means, you'll have to wait and see. Is it what's the next state in America that's going to try to compete against Texas for job creation or whatever that might be? But it'll be an interesting and stimulating conversation. I know that.
That's interesting. Walk me through where you see the health care debate taking shape in Davos. Is this a debate as to whether or not the law should actually survive in this country, or is it about our options now that the law has passed and some might argue is here to stay?
Well, I'll suggest to you that the law will be changed. It'll be changed substantively, just on the fact that it does not have the substance to be a powerful influence in this country. People understand it costs too much. There are people losing their health care. So the idea that this Affordable Care Act, Obamacare, whatever you want to call it, is going to stick around is just not reality. Reality is the states will be, I think, where the ideas bubble up from. Innovation historically come from the states. Being able to give the states the flexibility on the funding of those programs is where I think we'll end up going as a country. Now, at Davos, and a discussion about health care may be a substantially broader discussion, and if it is,
right,
we'll be more than intrigued with participating with it.
Well, speaking of innovation, Governor, energy innovation has got to be one of the big themes there, of course, in your home state. And it was interesting to see you tweeting a picture of yourself with the head of Saudi Aramco, because there are plenty of people saying that production coming out of the U.S. and out of North America generally is sort of an existential threat for OPEC and for some of these nations that could reshape U.S. foreign policy even. And I wonder how that has played into some of the discussions and the people that you're speaking with over there.
Well, that picture with me and Khalid is a little bit of Aggie gathered him, if you will. He's the class of 1982 from Texas A&M, and we obviously did talk about the hydraulic fracturing, and the Saudis are actually looking at some of those techniques themselves. I think the issue for America is George Mitchell, who I think will go down as one of the most influential men in the world history, the man who developed hydraulic fracturing. We haven't given him enough credit for that. Changing the dynamic of the energy world in a big way. Saudi Arabia is going to continue to be a huge player in that role. The growth of the world and the growth of the world's economy and the ability to create jobs is going to be, I think, very directly connected to our ability to produce energy in the world. So for the world to continue to grow, for job creation, for inequality of wages to close, and for all the ships in the harbor to be raised, if you will, you're going to see energy as a very important part of that. Saudi Arabia will continue to be a major player.
Finally, Governor, obviously 2016, not that far away. Seeing you in Davos is going to lead some viewers to say, oh, he's off collecting some bona fides in advance of another presidential run. Is that true?
Well, certainly people want to talk to the governor of Texas because of what's been created there from a job standpoint. You know, 27% of all the jobs created in America in the last 10 years were created in Texas. Folks want to know how that happened and why that happened, but more importantly, that's not as much the story anymore as people want to come to Texas, be involved in that very powerful economy. So we'll try to help anyone participate in that'd love to.
All right, we'll try to read between the lines on that answer. Enjoy the snow, Governor. Stay warm. Thanks for being with us.
Godspeed. So long.
Governor Rick Perry of Texas joining us from Davos today.